Well, that looks fucking dreadful, doesn't it? I've just taken the poster down and it's also pulled off some of the painting, which isn't ideal. I'm gonna have to paint that because it looks shit. I could do a poster there actually. Maybe I'll get a picture of myself just lying butt naked. I'll get someone to paint me, how about that? Can you imagine? So welcome back to the video, people. Hope everyone's well. Today we've got a training video. My new split, the first lower session, which I did train a couple of days ago on Thursday. So we're gonna run through that, talk about cues for certain movements. So if you wanna know how to build big, thick tree trunk legs, stay fucking tuned because this video is full of value. A lot of take-home points, how you can improve your execution when it comes to lower body movements, how to train with good intensity, accuracy, all that juicy stuff. And as always, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments down below. I'm gonna get straight into it, cut the waffle. Hope you enjoy the video, and I will chat to you soon. So before we get started, gotta do the boring shit, rehab work. I fucking hate doing this. Definitely feel like a bit of a fanny doing these. If a fitness influencer tells you to do these to grow your glutes, fucking unfollow them right now. These do fuck all, except activate your glutes. That's what I'm trying to do here. I don't care what anyone says. This is more painful than fucking leg day itself. Ow, ow, shit. Oh, fuck. No, you can. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, you motherfucker. It's that bit there. Shit. Why is that so fucking painful? Get right up into the gooch. Oh, yeah. Okay, so first movement up, stiff legs. As you can see, pulling from blocks today because after chatting with Kieran, it seems that I'm exceeding my active range of my hamstrings. So I'm coming down, and then to get that additional bit of range to be able to touch the floor, it almost seems that I'm having to offload some of that weight into my lower back, which is obviously putting in more for the erectors, which isn't maybe a bad thing, but then it's impacting the rest of the session. And then I'm struggling with sessions to follow as well. So we decided to put it back to one set, pull from blocks, and just see how we get on. This is my top set, 190. Usually I do about 215 on these, but I'm shooting for a higher rep range, and I'm just gonna literally reset the form and run it out from there. So we'll see. Here we fucking go. Come on in, you cunts. Fuck! Fuck's sake! Blimey, that fucked me up. So as we've seen, stiff legs. To be fair, my form felt and looked very good watching the clip back on my phone. However, but with that 8th rep, literally like, you can call it an 8.95 rep, just couldn't lock it out. Problem with that bar is because it's so whippy, it's kind of like bouncing like this as you come up. So it's really hard to lock out in that top position, but next week, I'll get fucking 9 to make up for it. So next up, onto seated ham. Now when it comes to any seated ham, you want to think about creating as much stability as possible. So as you can see here, I'm pressing into this pad here as hard as I can. I've got this squeezed up against my legs to the point where it's nearly uncomfortable. And when I get to my top set, I'll put the seat belt on here as well. This machine has got the seat belt attached to it, but if your gym doesn't have that, you can buy a seat belt from Assist Your Lift, where you can just strap it to any machine that you're using, leg extension, seated hamstring curl, some leg presses it benefits from. I'm fucking sweaty. All right, let's get into it, man.
Got a horrible stain on my sock. I don't know where that's come from. Maybe it's a barbecue sauce and my eggs this morning. Right, so seatbelt on. Next up, gonna get this leg pad really tight down onto my legs, clamp that down, lock myself into the pad nice and hard. Then I'm just thinking about dragging my heels down towards my bum, pausing at the bottom, no pause at the top, 4-second eccentrics. Here we fucking go, strap in. Fuck me. Great success. That's £5 up and a rep up. Nice. So next up we've got the squat press. This is my favorite leg press machine. If your gym has one of these, a pivot leg press of some variation, fucking use it. The amount of depth you can get on this is pretty ridiculous. So with a leg press, what you want to consider is having your feet as low as you can get on the platform without coming up onto your toes out of the hole, and ideally without your glutes rounding off the seat as you come to that bottom position. Now with this leg press, a little bit of rounding is fine, but with the majority of leg presses, as a kind of a rule of thumb, I would just come down to the point where your glutes start coming up off the seat and stop there. And if at that point you're coming up onto your toes a little bit, just shift your feet up the platform slightly. Find that position where you can come down to, where your glutes don't round and you don't come up onto your toes. Come as deep as you can, and that's going to be your range of motion. Don't worry about what other people are doing, because your lever lengths, as in the distance between your knee and your hip, and your knee and your ankle, your hip mobility is all completely different. So find your range and just stick to that. Oh. Go, go, go. Oh, you fucking cunt. Oh, blimey. Fuck me. Okay, so next up we've got this old school leg extension. Now, I'm going to do this with BFR bands. Basically these occlusion bands that you strap to the top of your legs to limit blood coming back. So blood flows away into the leg fine, but coming back gets trapped a little bit, and that basically helps you accumulate more metabolites in the legs, helps you use less total load but for the same kind of output that you would get using a greater load and doing similar reps. Is that right? I've just confused myself there. Basically, if you've got an injury and you use them, it helps. So I decided I'm going to do this one instead, because that leg extension, a couple of reasons. It feels a little bit wobbly as you come back, and it doesn't really drop off nicely at the top, whereas this one has a really nice drop off at the top, so it's not putting as much stress on my knees. Although that one doesn't really hurt my knees as much. Yeah, I just want to run this one up instead. So it's got me doing 2 sets here of 20 reps. Yes, you heard that right. 20 reps with the BFR bands on, and I keep those on in between sets. So I do the first set with the BFR bands on. Build up of blood is crazy. You rest for like 90 seconds and then go again. And needless to say, the pump is pretty excruciating. So let's get into it. I'm not looking forward to this set. This BFR bands are tight. Ah, fuck, get this off me. Ah, shit. Oh my word. Fuck off, man. That is brutal. My God. There's not many more painful sets you're going to do than that. Fuck me. Right, so on to Bulgarian split squats next. Now, it's my first time doing these with 2 dumbbells, but going to give it a try. Nice. So with these, I'm not really trying to bias one particular area. Most people either bias, either the quads or the glutes on these. It's a bit of a hybrid between the two. So you can see I'm getting a little bit of knee flexion, a little bit of hip flexion. Not really focusing on one muscle or the other, like I said. Doing these after all of that work is fucking tough, I'll tell you that. We're gonna do it regardless, because this is what you gotta do. Let's fucking get wham. Shoot! Final one of the day, onto the adductor. Now I usually do these at the start, now I'm putting it at the end. Obviously I'm a lot weaker because your adductors get a lot of work from that whole session I've just done. So that is a wrap up of the leg day. Hopefully you got some value from that video. I'll put the full workout on the screen here. So if you want to give it a try, but it is a tough one. It's a very demanding session. Now the goal of this style of training is to take every set to damn failure with good form. So you want to focus on shifting the weight from A to B with good form until you physically cannot do any more reps. Now, this style of training is tough, I'll be honest. It's not for everyone. Not many people can take sets to true failure, especially with lower body. But trust me, that is how you're going to get the most out of your training in terms of progression with your physique. Those tough, hard, grueling reps towards the end of the set, they're the ones that truly count and make a difference. So you want to get as many of those as you can. Don't get towards the back end of a set and stop just because it gets a bit uncomfortable. Yes, it's pain, but realistically, it's just a build-up of blood and lactic acid. As long as you're doing the movement with good form, you're not going to die. And the pain goes away very quickly after finishing the set. So realize that nothing's gonna happen. And also realize that those effective reps, they're called, towards the back end of the set, are the ones that count. So don't stop when the set gets uncomfortable, push through. As always, if you've got any questions about the leg day or any training in general, if I can help with anything at all, please just DM me on Instagram or drop them in the comments below. Do all the supportive stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.